You've probably seen two people in a deep conversation where one is wearing his or her mask covering the mouth and nose, while the other one is lowering his or her mask down to the chin. So you ask yourself, among the two, which one is safe? The one wearing the mask properly or the one doing it incorrectly? Well, you might think the one with the properly worn mask is safe, but experts say he or she is equally at risk of contracting COVID-19. Let's get more from our very own Enoch Sigolia.
It is now the world's critical protective shield against the highly contagious virus. The virus enters the body via tiny droplets through the eyes, nose, and mouth. So putting the barrier on the face can stop the infection.
Yeah, I know.
As per the World Health Organization, face masks reduces the chances of contracting COVID-19 by 80%. But face masks are only effective when worn properly.
I often see people using mask as a chin guard. The mask is not a chin guard. We notice people who wear the mask and just cover the mouth. It defeats the purpose.
Masks have been regarded as Kenya's main weapon against the highly contagious virus. It's forbidden to be on the streets without face masks. And yet a good number do not wear it. And some who do it incorrectly. But do you know that you are always at risk of contracting COVID-19 when you engage a person wearing a mask in an improper way, even if you wear it correctly?
If I was just to remove my whole mask like that, I've just worn a mask and not protecting, not conferring any form of protection. But the reason why the government policies for every individual to wear a mask is essentially the form of spread of the disease. In essence, you're trying to protect the other person near you from getting the infection because we do not really know who is infected.
Dr. Nguringa is talking about the power to sneeze.
If you cough or sneeze, there is a distance. If you sneeze, they can go up to 6 meters. If you cough, they can go up to 2 meters. Most of the droplets fall within 1.5 meters. Remember, there are other portals of entry for coronavirus, which include your eyes, which are not protected. So that means then the person who has correctly worn the mask, despite them thinking they are well protected, they are actually having somewhere where they can be a site of coronavirus entry.
So what should one do if he comes into close contact with a person wearing a mask incorrectly?
First, keep your safe distance, which is 1 meter. Tell them to wear the mask correctly and to ensure that they consistently wear that mask during your duration of conversation.
But then there is the question of what one should do if he needs to gasp in fresh air.
If, for example, you're jogging, it's very hard for a jogger to run with a facial mask. So you might find some of these guys losing consciousness because of lack of proper breathing. So I would actually say when you have an urge to breathe or want to gasp some air, then you can safely lower your facial mask like this, probably for a few seconds, and then put it properly again. But then you have to ensure that you wash your hands with soap and water, or you use a hand sanitizer. You could have actually contaminated yourself in the process of lowering your mask. It's also a very tricky question because when you're in a car and you're alone, and then there is no risk of transmission to someone else. But then ask yourself, you might be in a car alone and then you sneeze or cough. And we know the mechanics of and how sneezing and coughing leads to aerosolization of the air and large droplets being spread. And then they come into contact with any part of your car. Then probably 10 minutes you pick up someone else. Then you correctly put on your mask and then you continue with your journey. Then you have put at risk the individual who you picked them up because probably they'll go forward and touch any surface of your car.
Enoch Sigolia, Citizen TV, Nairobi.